Hello everyone, in this tutorial series we are going to see how to create animations in DaVinci Resolve Fusion without using a single keyframe. We'll also learn how to turn them into templates, how to rearrange and configure those template settings, and finally how to create a one-click installer for the template. Let's take a look at a quick demo. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a custom template just like this one. You can drag directly onto the timeline and customize. You can add any image to this template. Let's use this logo from the media pool, and as soon as we place the logo, look at that. It automatically creates a beautiful intro and outro animation. To make sure the background doesn't distract us, I'm going to blur it out a little bit. The best part about this template is whether you make the duration longer or shorter, the animation adjusts automatically. Even if you change its position, the intro and outro animation will still work perfectly. If you make the duration longer, the animation might feel a bit slow, but we can adjust the animation speed as well. From the inspector panel, if we increase the intro time scale a bit, let's say 5, and set the outro time scale to 6, you will see the animation become much faster. If you want it even faster, you can just increase the value even more. So you can probably tell we are going to build an animation today without adjusting a single keyframe. If I scale down my logo, my intro and outro animation stays exactly the same. And if I scale it up or change the position, the animation still works flawlessly. And if you want, you can download this exact template right now from my website subbits.com. By the way, I'm setting our animation on top of a different footage here, and I'm also adding a little bit of glow to our logo animation straight from our custom built setting panel. Alright, let's stop talking and get straight to our work. First, we'll drag a Fusion composition from the effect panel onto our timeline. Right now it is completely blank, and that is fine. Next, let's jump straight into the Fusion page. Here we'll bring a media in node. Then on the right side in the inspector, we'll select media pool as its media source. This allows us to insert any image into this node. After that, we'll connect it to our media out node. Our basic setup is done. But if we go back to the edit page, you will notice there is no option in the inspector panel to change the image. However, if you look at the Fusion page, you will see that we can easily add any image to this node. To get this option on the edit page, we need to create a macro. First, I'll select the media in node, press F2 and rename it to input_image. Remember, when working with a node-based system, it's really important to give all your nodes proper names. Next, right-click on the node, go to the macro and select Create Macro. Since we only want to see the image change option on the edit page, we'll look under the input image list and check only the clip name box. We don't need anything else. Now, click on the File menu and select Save as Group. Keep in mind, this file needs to be saved in a specific folder, and the path is Fusion, Templates, Edit, Titles, and here you can create a folder with any name. I'll save the file as image_bounce_animation. You can name it anything you like. Now, if we return to the edit page and go to the title section in the effect panel, we'll see our saved macro. If you now drag it onto the timeline, you'll see our previously set image. And you'll notice the clip name option has appeared in the inspector panel. You can select any image from here and it will show up on the screen. The funny part is, this is exactly how Fusion templates are made. We just saw a very simple example of creating a Fusion template. Let's improve the animation even further and improve our template. Currently, the image resolution in our Fusion page is stuck at 800 by 600. It might be different based on your selection of the image because it is the resolution of the selected image. But our timeline resolution is 1920 by 1080. To fix this, we'll bring a background node. Then just drag the output of the input image and drop it onto the output of the background node. This will automatically create a merge node. Right now the image isn't visible because the background is on the top layer. Select the merge node and press Ctrl T to swap them. This means the logo will be on the top layer and the background on the bottom layer. Now look at the resolution and it is fixed now. Since we don't need a black background, select the background node and drop its alpha value down to 0. To keep things organized, I'll rename this as busy. Now we move to the main step of building the animation. After the merge node, we'll add a transform node. With this tool, we are going to control the size and position of this image. So let's rename this node. Next, we need to figure out how to export these size and position properties to the edit page. Just like before, select the node and right click and go to the macro, and from there select create macro. From here, check clip name under the input underscore image. Then under the size and position node, check center, size and angle, because we want to control these specific options straight from the edit page. After that, go to file, save as group. Navigate to the exact same location and save it by replacing the old macro. Now jump back to the edit page, drag the newly saved macro from the effect panel back into the timeline. If you check the inspector panel now, you will see the options to control position, size and angle have appeared right alongside with the clip name. Let's try it out with a different logo. As you can see, we can now scale down the logo up or down, move its position and change its rotation entirely from the edit page. The logo is now static because we haven't actually set up any animation yet. So we have very quickly learned how to create a DaVinci Resolve Fusion template using macros, and now you know exactly how to expose any property and control it directly from edit page. In the upcoming tutorial, we will look at how to add bounce animation without using any single keyframe. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Thank you for staying with me and good night.